then she's going to run away from the Ah, hello! She's actually started to attack us now. Okay, this is good. Okay, hello there. Let's do it. Hello and welcome back to the Ronin, and as you can see, we're on the diplomacy screen. Now, I'm actually thinking that what we're going to do is we're going to try and make peace with them. I obviously don't know whether we can even force this through. I haven't even tried it yet. But someone said that I can force it through because I am indeed the leader of the clan, or a leader of the faction. And so I suppose it might make sense, considering we are actually going to be getting 1,000 tribute per day. I don't really want to be fighting the Botanians anymore, but here's the thing. Doing this is going to make it so that the Botanians have, well, no enemies. They're going to have no enemies whatsoever. So generally, if they do decide to declare war on the Sturgians, or on the Crusade, or something like that, they're more than likely going to be able to completely engulf them. And that is going to provide more and more territory for them, and as a result, more total strength. That was the main reason why I didn't actually want to do that before. And yeah, so someone did actually say that I should just force it through, because I was going to, at the time, receive 2,700 tribute per day. Obviously, I'm just receiving 1,080 now, so I probably did waste a little bit of cash there, but obviously the cash isn't really necessary for me. It's more to drain the enemies of their resources. So, bit of a mistake on my part, but does it really matter? Not really. The main reason that I didn't want to do this is, well, can I actually choose? I'm going to spend 2,100 influence, but I obviously have a huge amount. So can I actually force this through? Yes, I can. Look at that. Okay, so I can actually force that through. That's actually pretty good. I guess that's pretty good. So we'll see how that goes, and I would assume that the, they're going to try, aren't they? Yes. I feel like they are going to try to make peace with us, and that is, of course, the Botanians I'm talking about right there. So, yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm actually going to go for this particular castle once again, because I kind of feel like I would like to maybe bait out a couple more Vlandians, maybe, or we'll just see what happens. If they want to go into a field battle with me, then I'm more than happy to do that. I think it would be quite fun, actually, to do a field battle against some of these guys. I don't even recognize some of these names, to be honest. Like, for example, this guy. Who's that? Dagonich or Dagonik? I don't know. This guy's 38, but I don't recognize him at all, and I also don't recognize his clan. So I assume this is a new clan that has come up in the world from, well, the new clan generation sort of thing, because they do generally tend to create new clans as the game goes on. That's the dynamic nature of it, because obviously the older clans are going to lose people, they're all going to die, and then they're obviously going to need clans to replace those. So that obviously does make a whole bunch of sense. Oh, hello there. Yes. Oh, that's a... Actually, wait a minute. I was going to leave, but I'm actually thinking, you know what? Let's just go in here. I'm not entirely sure if this is a good idea, because they do have 76 people. 39 of them are actually sharpshooters, but we do have everything built already, and there is still a pretty significant amount of HP remaining on the walls. So even if we do take this, and then the enemy decides to besiege us again to try and take it back, we might still have an opportunity to, shall we say, resist, and maybe retaliate, and maybe indeed achieve victory in our overall conquering of this area. Now, bear in mind that obviously this is not going to be like the big launching attack that we're going to have against the Vlandians here. It makes no sense for me to throw away everything on one castle. I mean, really, one castle is really not going to make a huge amount of difference at all. But this is just a key, shall we say. It's just a key that is going to unlock the remaining territory that the Vlandians have, or at least that is what I can hope it will do. Now, where are my siege towers? That's the main thing that I need to find out right now. I'm thinking I'm probably going to go in through the probably through the front gate, because what I can do then is then I can hopefully try to get to the archery nests, hopefully from behind. If I can do that from behind, then we're going to have the drop on them, and then it's going to be so much easier for us to deal some pretty good damage to the opponent. Okay, so let me have a look here. Where are they firing from? That's the main... Ah, there they are. Hello there. Oh, that was a nice... What? I'm actually kind of surprised I even hit that guy, because I was thinking to myself, is that even an enemy? I don't know. I couldn't really see. So let me just see if I can... Is that a guy? No, he's dead. Yeah, that guy... Is he dead? No, he's alive. Yeah, let's get him. There we go, there we go. Alright. Nice. That's exactly what we want to see. We want to see those kinds of things happen. Thank you very much. Okay, what about this guy over here? Let's take him down. No, never mind. I'm overestimating my crossbow here. Oh yeah, by the way, someone actually did mention the most powerful crossbow name is actually Bound Crossbow. So thank you very much for that, because I obviously asked you what that is, and I think also someone also mentioned that I missed it again. I can't believe it. Well, can I? Yeah, I guess I kind of can, actually. I can kind of believe that I would miss it again. I mean, I wasn't looking out for it, and generally, now that I know the name of the crossbow, I should have a much easier time. Oh, this is nice. Oh, look at that. I'm literally just getting a lift. Yep. Just getting a lift. Just stuck my thumb out. I'm a hitchhiker now, and now I'm fine. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'll just do that. Just be lazy. Oh, nice! Take out one of those sharpshooters. Thank you very much. Maybe I can try and do a little bit of extra damage here now that I am in range. Nice. In the chest is not exactly what I wanted. Maybe I can do a little bit more. Yeah. Ah. Okay, yeah, unfortunately this is now going to block my view, but I can, with just a little change, start taking out more of the crossbowmen, more of the sharpshooters. There we are. Take out that guy as well. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to look out for the bound crossbow, and hopefully we'll be able to loot at the end of this particular siege. I'm hopeful that that will enable us the opportunity to do so. Although, I feel like a field battle against numerous vassals is probably going to give us much more in the way of equipment-based loot. So that's obviously something that we should bear in mind. And maybe I do want to go in against that massive army that is about to, you know, about to attack us. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I'm going to get out my really, really nice polearm here and maybe see if I can assist our friends. Oh, what? Are you serious? It's just me and this guy? Okay, come on, friend. Let's do it. I'm not a big fan of the overhead with this. It's way too large. Oh, there's people falling. Look at that. They're all falling off the edge. Yeah, it's all me. They're all me right now. They must feel terrible. I mean, if they died from that, then they must feel terrible. But they probably didn't die from it, let's face it. Yeah, otherwise, let's do this. Wait a minute. Stabby stab. There we go. No. No. Get back. Get back, sir. Thank you. Okay, now I've got to be extremely careful about this, because I can very easily get knocked off. I don't know whether you can notice that, but let me... Come on, yeah, there we go. Oh, we're through. We are through. Come on now. Let me just avoid being murdered. I have good athletic skills, so I should be able to run away from all of these enemies. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Very nice. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Oh, okay. Phew, that is a weight off my shoulders, let me tell you. That is really nice. Oh, I was actually hoping that there would be some crossbow bolts to potentially resupply with, but no, okay. If they don't have any, then that's their loss, isn't it? Because I was about to show them an utter display of magnificence with my crossbow. But they obviously didn't want to see that because, let's face it, I'm pretty awful with it. Alright, yeah, there we go. Nice, take out that guy, thank you. Here we are. Fantastic. Yes, there we are. Okay, that is really nice. Well, I thought I'd try my luck with the crossbow up there, but it doesn't seem to, yeah. I mean, it's alright, but it doesn't seem to really do that much damage, and that's what I was mainly looking for. Maybe I can do... Ah, really? Are you serious? Did I really miss that guy? Yep, I did. Especially trying to use this in... using this in close quarters is just absolutely futile. Really, really bad. But... here we go, we're in open ground here, so this should be a little bit easier. Bear in mind that I can't really duel with this, so... oh dear. No, no, no. Okay. Okay, I'm good, I'm ready. Let's do this. He was like, I'll wait until you get ready, sir. There we are. That was nice of him, wasn't it? Oh no, don't get killed now, don't get killed. I really don't want to die. It would be nice if I... oh! It would be nice if I was actually going to survive, but I actually got shot by a Vlandian militia archer. I wonder where they were. Probably here. These are them, right? These are probably them. Oh well, never mind. We've lost a grand total of only 37 units so far, which is actually quite fantastic. I was thinking that we'd lose many, many more than that with the amount of sharpshooters they had in the garrison here, especially considering we had to wait a pretty decent amount of time for the siege towers and the battering ram. And I did say that I was going to go through the front door, didn't I? Well, that plan went completely out the window, didn't it? Oh yes, how wonderful. Anyway, there you go, there's 90 round for us, pretty good, not too bad. But yeah, anyway, we have, I mean literally, we have a maximum company size of literally 535, so generally we don't really need renown at all. So yeah. Anyway, let's see if we can maybe fight off the opponent. I'm taking a look at the crossbows here. As you can see, there is no bound crossbow at the moment. But as I said, it's probably much more likely. No! Are you serious, Keelam? Why? Why did you die, sir? That's pretty terrible. Okay, yeah, this is actually pretty awful because... oh, they're actually going in? I'm actually kind of surprised that they would do this. Okay, we're declaring war on Sturgia now. Apparently they want to declare war on Sturgia. Okay, sure. I guess that's fine. Yeah, I'm okay with them doing that, as long as they can actually do something with it. You know, if they can take some of their territory, then I will be more than happy to do so. Yeah, I like it. Alright, so this is going to be a bit problematic right now. I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to do this, but I'm going to give it to this guy. And we'll see what happens. I'm a little bit worried about this, to be fair. I would like this guy... I'd like to speak to him. I would like to speak to this party, to get them to join me. But unfortunately, I'm not able to do that because he's outside, and there's a massive army outside. So this is not going to really work out too well for me, is it? He's trying to get the walls down, by the way. You know that that's what he's trying to do, of course. Okay, so my party is now traveling to Epicrotia. Oh, that's actually perfect. Oh, never mind. He's actually getting murdered now. Oh, there we go. Never mind. They're all disbanding. That is actually great. Do you think I can actually fight them in a field battle now? I might be able to. Yeah, I'm actually thinking yes. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I'd like to help Keelam's party, if at all possible. Let me see if I can do that. Here we go. Yes, we're actually helping him. Oh, now that's an easy victory. Oh, I like it. Let's do it. Let's go straight on in here and see what we can do. I'm hoping that the... oh, no. I was going to say, I'm hoping that the battlefield is not going to turn out to be one of those. And it turns out that it is indeed one of those. The Valley map set is like that. Do you see what's happening? You see what's happening here? All of my... Is this my people? Are these my people falling off the cliff? They might be. I'm not entirely sure. But basically what happens is, because this is such a large... well, technically I don't even have a large battle size, but I do have a large army. But generally, if you have a large battle size on this map, what's going to happen is that most of your people will spawn on incredibly high cliffs. And if you tell them to move forward, they're going to jump off those cliffs and then they're just going to basically die. So it really does not help matters at all that that is indeed a thing. Not entirely sure why it is indeed a thing. And this map is way too small, in my opinion. Just way too small. And maybe something needs to be done about it, or something needs to be done about the spawn locations. I think the spawn locations are probably the main the main issue here, because if you were to spawn infantry and archers and cavalry in 2 lines or 3 lines or even 4 lines in like a sort of tight formation, instead of just spreading them out in one big straight line all the way across, then that would probably make a vast difference in changing how, you know, how many people die at the very beginning. So that would be pretty good. But anyway, we're doing pretty well. I mean, you know, what do you expect? You know, what do you expect? We're outnumbering the opponent. We have a great deal of combat skill, and hopefully I'm not going to die here. That would be embarrassing. There we go. If I get shot, and it's a headshot, then I don't really mind. You know, if I do get killed in that way, then, yeah, no, that's fine. Because I feel like if you're able to hit me with a headshot while I'm moving very, very fast on a horse, then you deserve that kill. Absolutely deserve that kill. But apart from that, yeah, I feel like getting a kill with like a couch lance, or in general just getting a kill because you've braced your polearm and I ran into you, maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. I'm not a big fan of that kind of thing, but hopefully I'm not going to have that happen to me. Ooh, Sturgeon Heavy Axeman. That guy looks pretty harsh, doesn't he? Yeah, he looked pretty good right there. Oh, the Vlandian Pikemen. They're actually pretty good too. Look at that. We're seeing a lot of rarer units that we haven't really seen that often from the Vlandians, mainly because they've obviously spent a great deal amount of time, you know, just kind of building up their forces. And I'm very much hoping that I'll be able to speak to Keelam's forces after this and hopefully be able to ingratiate them into my own army, because obviously otherwise that would just be a complete waste of potential, because no doubt they're going to get picked off before they're even able to get to Epicrotia, even though we are potentially in neutral/friendly territory now, because the Patanians are, well, in a truce with us, so it shouldn't really make too much difference. But yeah, they will get picked off. I mean, as you saw, they basically got picked off almost immediately upon them leaving our little area here, so yeah, that's not particularly good. Okay, come on, take out more of these vanguards, thank you. Let's get them. Yes, now that's also something that you have to bear in mind. These Eleph Turoi, or whatever they're called, I have no idea how to say that, but generally one of those minor faction clans, they're primarily cavalry, so generally if you see any of those vassals that are from that particular faction, they're going to be insanely difficult to track down, even with the smallest of armies. You've got to be either lucky, or you've got to have your own party of basically only cavalry to be able to catch up to them. They are just that fast. So, yeah, that's something to bear in mind if you are indeed wanting to fight them. Basically, it's these guys, this clan right here. I have no idea how to say that. Eleftheroy or Eleftheroy? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, those fellows, they are really, really fast. And, oh, he's using some Kuzate units too? That's crazy. Yeah, so generally they're going to be quite slippery, you know, quite slippery. They're going to be getting away very, very quickly and everything. Okay, so now that is a field battle, so we might have the opportunity to gain one of those crossbows. There is a heavy crossbow, but it is quite clearly not as good as what I'm already using. I'm actually kind of intrigued about the stats of the bound crossbow, because I haven't seen this before. You know, I mean, obviously you would have seen me pick it up if you, you know, if I had found it, you know. But I'm actually kind of intrigued to see what it actually does, because we already have 99 accuracy with this thing. Oh, one of the enemies died. Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, join me. There we go. We've got an even larger party now, which is really, really nice. And now we can potentially go after the enemy's army itself, because obviously they split up. And now maybe they are just that much more weak than us, that we might be able to do something with it. Alright, so let's take a look here. This is Governor, and this is Party Leader. Obviously, as you can no doubt see, I already have Vigor and Control attributes at 10, and there's no way for me to increase that any further. Which is, in my opinion, the reason why these skills should be lower positioned in the tree. Obviously, I'm not saying that it needs to be like that, because obviously I'm using a mod that makes it much easier for me to level up, and it does give me 1 attribute point per level. That's the reason why I have 10 in everything already, because I'm level 41, so I've technically gained 40, I guess. 40, because we start at level 1, right? So yeah, so we gain 40 skill points, and that's the reason why I have 10 in everything, because we don't obviously start at 0 for all these stats. We start at 3 as a base, I believe, and then everything else from your character creation is added on to that, and so on. But generally, I feel like for new characters, I feel like it is very important to gain these attributes ahead of time, and I'm not entirely sure why these attribute boosts would be at such a late stage of athletics. Because just think about this, I'm using a mod right now that improves the speed of my experience gain, and that also allows me to spend quite a lot of attribute points in whichever attribute that I want. And even with 10 endurance and 4 focus points in athletics, it has taken me thousands of days to get to athletics 200 skill. So how is it, how are you going to get here normally without literally focusing on this and this alone and maybe one other skill for a good period of time? Like, for example, my duelist, I played without mods completely in that series, and I was able to get to a pretty decent amount of athletic skill, but obviously my movement speed was supplemented by a number of other skills and all that sort of thing. But anyway, that discussion over with. I'm going to be taking strong right here because foot troops in my campaign, in my party, gain 5% speed. That's the only thing that I can really go for there. There doesn't seem to be anything else that I really desperately require. I'm actually wondering whether I should just wait a little bit and have a small amount of strategy in regards to dealing with these guys, because I'm thinking that even though they were able to create an army relatively fast again, that doesn't mean that their cohesion is absolute, and it might very well mean that they are about to disband once again, or relatively soon. Bear in mind that my HP is also quite low, so I don't really want to head into a battle without fully restoring myself, or at least getting to about 90%. That would be quite good. Well, this is just one of many vassals that I have taken down in auto-resolve battles now, and in general, that seems to be the way that the Vlandians are wanting to fight this, this conflict. I guess they're not really taking a decisive action here, because here's the thing, they're doing that same thing that the AI tends to do most of the time whenever you get close to a weakened fief. They basically go close to it, and then if you go close to it, then they run away. And if you run away from it, then they go close to it, and rinse and repeat. That's basically what they tend to do. Oh, I've just noticed that we leveled up our tactics skill. Ooh, I'm very much looking forward to taking a look at that, because it's been a while since I've seen my tactics skill level up. Hello there. I only have 2 focus points in it, so that is to be expected, of course. What do we have? 5% more damage in simulations while outnumbering the enemy. Well, that's pretty good. 10% less influence needed to boost army cohesion. Don't really care about that too much. And then we have the other thing, which is tier 3 plus units suffer 20% less damage in simulations. And troops in a formation that we control have 5% damage reduction. I think both of these are much better. The damage reduction and the 20% less damage in simulations is probably very good, but unfortunately most of my army is not even less than tier 3. Most of my army is tier 3 plus. Like, oh, wait. Oh, they're saying tier 3 plus. I thought they were saying tier 3 and below units. Okay, I'm taking that. I am taking that 100%. That is so good. 20% less damage in simulations is super good in my opinion. So we'll take that, if it is indeed implemented in this particular version of the game. We obviously don't know that. I haven't checked Bannerlord perks in a while, but should be relatively similar to how it usually was, and I think Tactics was about 75% implemented or something like that. But yeah, you can see exactly what's going on here. Yeah, as you can see, she's not even really bothering with me. That's the funny thing. Look at this. Look, I'm right next to her. She's literally not bothering with me at all. Like, I can literally run right by her, and she doesn't care. I don't know whether to be insulted or honored. I don't really know. I don't really know. Anyway, it seems like we've taken Cranarod Castle. That's actually good to know. I'm going to give it to this guy because he seems to have a lot of, well, he has a lot of support, of course, but he has a lot of other fiefs in the area, I seem to remember. But yeah, so basically what is going to happen now is this. This is pretty much what's going to happen. So if I go close to the village, then she's going to run away from the Ah, hello! She's actually started to attack us now. Okay, this is good. Okay, hello there. Let's do it. She has 200 more units than we do, so we are indeed outnumbered, but that shouldn't really make that much difference. Oh, this is a fantastic... Oh, this is a great battlefield. Because she is outnumbering us, she's probably going to be overconfident, as any enemy commander might be. Let's do this. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Seems not to be walking towards us right. Oh, wait a minute. Are they? They are walking towards us. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I want. Okay, that is perfect, perfect. Alright, I'm going to tell my horse archers and my cavalry to follow me. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to wait. That's it. Waiting is the name of the game at this point. It is mountain waiting. Mountain waiting, waiting lord. Yes, because I am indeed wanting to wait until the opponent comes over the ridge, or indeed goes into the river like this. Obviously, you do have to bear in mind that these are Vlandian cavalry, so most of them are actually going to be pretty good. They're not going to be useless or anything like that. I'm going to tell my infantry to now go into a shield wall, now that I have confirmed that the opponent is coming over here. And now this is where we are a little bit worried, because they have two contingents of cavalry. And I'm not entirely sure how we're supposed to fight two of them at the same time. Two of them at the same time. I really hate lancers. I really do. They are so annoying. Okay. It's not a big deal. I just made a mistake. That was really my own fault there. But anyway, hopefully my infantry is going to be able to defend here, and hopefully I'm going to be able to run some interference between the enemy's cavalry and my archers so that they can continue to deal pretty massive damage. They have been doing such a good job so far. There we go. Oh yeah, there we are. That was absolutely perfect. Did you see that? That was flawless. Because basically what they did was the enemy trampled right through our infantry's lines, because obviously when you put your people into shield wall, they go into a much tighter formation. It's very difficult for the enemy to get through it. However, if you don't have too many infantry, like we don't, I mean, we've got like what, 83, which is quite a significant amount, but it's not enough really to sort of cover the amount of archers that I even have, because I've put them into a loose formation, so their formation is obviously much more spread out. Now, obviously, enemy cavalry is then going to be able to get past like this. They're going to run through my lines, but my archers are so good and so veteran, and they are so much used to enemy cavalry running into their lines that they were able to beat them in hand-to-hand combat, which is exactly what I wanted to see. That was super, super good. And because they are in loose formation as well, it's much harder for enemy cavalry to daze more than two of them at once. And by dazing, this is what I mean, like this. Boom, boom, like that. Running their horse into the ranged units does cause a temporary stun or a temporary interruption of the archer's ability to shoot. And so, obviously that's a little bit different how it is here, and we are pretty good, because the loose formation makes it so that they are much less likely to get more than two, and the others are going to then assist each other. It's great. Yeah. The formation is absolutely fantastic. I really like it. Anyway, I think we probably want to move forward now, but I'm a little bit dubious because obviously we've only eliminated about 200 of the enemy so far, and they are going to receive reinforcements relatively soon, I would expect. Ah, they're actually running. Ah, interesting. Okay. Well, let's tell our cavalry and horse archers to charge in then. And we're actually going to change our position. Let's get them over here. I'm going to tell my people to go into a line formation now as well, because infantry traveling in a shield wall, yeah, good luck. That's never going to happen really very quickly. I could have died there. Could have died here too, but I'm taking risks for no reason. Okay, we need to move again. Seems like the enemy is wanting to draw us very, very far away from our reinforcement zone, which of course is the strategy. You know, they want to do that because they want to be the ones to gain reinforcements, and they're timing this very, very sneakily as well. I don't know whether you could see, but the combat strength bar at the top there is just about to receive reinforcements. They're just on the cusp of it, and if we eliminate a couple more units, they're going to receive reinforcements, and they want to time it in such a way so that they receive reinforcements when we are so deep into their territory that we're going to be surrounded by them, and then they're going to charge back on in. I would assume that that is their plan, at least, or maybe they will attempt to do that. I'm not entirely sure, but you can see here that we've lost a grand total of 3 units, so I'm hopeful that we'll be able to continue that ratio, but it's going to be very difficult to do that. Archers, move! Especially if I run into a tree. I tend to do that every single time. Isn't that great? Oh yes, so wonderful. So let me just run into the tree again and again. Okay, here we go. Ah, flying horse. Oh, it seems like they have literally come to the edge of the battlefield. Are they serious about this? I didn't think they were going to do that. I thought to myself, oh yeah, they're going to, you know, run back to their reinforcement zone or something like that. I didn't think they were going to go so hard and literally just run all the way to the edge. But I suppose it kind of makes sense, I guess. I mean, because now their reinforcement zone is actually behind us, and that's going to mean that if they do receive reinforcements, which they inevitably will at some point, then they are going to effectively form some kind of pincer movement around us. And that is obviously going to be rather bad for our health. Okay, let's just get my cavalry to come back here. Seems like we don't really want them to go a little bit further. Let's wait around here, shall we? I think round here is pretty decent. Let's put our archers on the hill here. And I don't know where their reinforcement zone is. That's the main problem. I have no idea where the specific location is. If I did, then I would obviously make sure that we are nowhere near it, or we had some kind of advantage whenever the enemy comes in. Are they even receiving reinforcements right now? Are you serious right now? I'm not even entirely sure. Ah. That is absolutely quintessentially what would happen in my playthroughs. Yeah. That is an utter classic. If you've been watching me for a while, then you'll know that that is an utter classic thing to happen to me. And I'm actually going to have to retreat here, I think. Because I don't want the auto-delegate to take over, because it's going to result in so many casualties. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but the enemy has received reinforcements now. And I think once we start losing an overabundance of units, like when I start losing a huge amount of, when I start seeing like a lot of red on the right side of the screen, then I'm probably going to retreat or something here. But we seem to be doing a pretty fantastic job as it is, so I'm not even entirely sure whether we need to. Where are my forces anyway? They're running all the way over here. Yeah, we've lost 90 now, and counting, 100 now. Where are my forces? I have no idea. Seems like we're going to win. Yeah, we are indeed going to win. There we go. Okay, so yeah, it seems like actually 267 of the opponent decided to run away. Just literally drop everything and run. That's actually kind of insane. I was not expecting them to do that. I thought to myself, they're trying to draw us in, you know, they're trying to make it so that, you know, we let down our guard and we have to deal with enemies from both sides and all that sort of thing. Now, let's take a look. Maybe there's going to be a bound crossbow. No, just a heavy crossbow, unfortunately. Huge amounts of food, though. Thank you very much for the food. I could definitely use it. And let's take the Vlandian Courser, too. Looking forward to upgrading some of our units with that. That would be pretty nice. Alright, well, there you go. That's indeed another victory for us. And the Vlandians, how are they doing? Badly. Oh yes, and the Tetsujin are doing so well. Look at that. We now have 24,000, and we are receiving tributes from 3 people. Hilariously enough, I'm basically giving all of my money to the Azurai. All of the money that I get from tributes from other factions, I'm giving to the Azurai. I have no idea why that is. I guess they just made that deal a long time ago and it just hasn't changed. We might have to do something about that. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.